So hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for hopping on for another episode of the Success Summit. I have three awesome ladies who are on panel tonight. We have Shoshana here who is driving, girl. She's trying to multitask, honey. We got my girl Keisha and Nina on here for tonight. So we have a very, very interesting topic for everyone, which is called What is in Your Cup? What is in your cup, right? So we're going to dive right into it. But as always, let's do our introductory video. And then right after, I'm going to have the girls introduce themselves to you. And Shoshana is going to set the tone and let everyone know what the topic meaning is about. Because you guys are probably thinking when we say what's in your cup, we're like, oh, what's in your cup? But no, there's really a solid meaning behind this title. All right, so let's do this.
Hi, my name is Letitia Campbell, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Campbell Success Network. A little bit over 10 years ago, my husband and I decided to start our family. Early on, we were dealt with layoffs, massive bills, living from paycheck to paycheck. And we were so disconnected as a couple. We even would joke about how we were more like roommates than an actual couple. Also, I spent less and less time with my children, rushing them out the house in the morning to drop them off at school, and then to come home right after they were sleeping. I was lost. I was physically and mentally stressed. I was so depressed over the fact that I was so disconnected from the people who mattered most to me. Then right when I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter, Valora, I decided to make a change. I wanted to dominate my life. I wanted to have a bigger impact with my children, and I wanted to put myself in the driver's seat. So I decided right after to leave my corporate job so that I could help more women to be financially independent, determined, empowered, and most importantly, dominant. So that's why I created the Women's Success Domination Movement for women who want more out of their lives than just what they're receiving. For women who are so passionate about their message, about their brand, about their mission, and want to help women all across the world. So join us in this movement because there's so many of us out there who are hurting, who don't have a voice. And let's find your voice today. I'll see you on the inside.
For watching that quick video along with us. So we're going to really set the tone tonight. And like we just said, tonight's topic is about what is in your cup. So Shoshana, if you don't mind, without further ado, you just let everybody know what is the meaning behind this title.
Well, you know what? I love this. And I have to first apologize. No, I am not in a red light district. I'm driving. Right. So I'm driving here in LA, and let's just say that traffic is pretty wicked. But hello everyone, how are you? So what's in your cup? Hopefully something good, a little wine, Moscato, I don't know, some Johnny Walker, whatever works for you. But really tonight is about being really brutally honest about how do you recharge. As business owners, as entrepreneurs, as professional people, we wear a lot of different hats, and there's a lot that's asked of us. And sometimes we need to really make sure that we are on point. And so how is it that you, sorry, someone almost cut me off. How is it that you as a business owner make sure that you have all the tools and resources that you need? So how do you recharge yourself? Where do you go to for support? How do you seek out that support? And more importantly, what kind of support do you need? And the second half, or really the flip side to that question, is then going to be, how do you then help others if you do? So it's really about making sure that you have all the tools and resources that you need. So I'm excited about what we're going to hear tonight, and excited to hear from all these fantastic ladies.
Yes, thank you so much for that, Shoshana. And before we hopped on here, we really started to dive into the meaning and our well, not the meaning, but our personal perspectives as it pertains to this title. And it is definitely quite interesting on how many of all of our perspectives are sort of similar, you know, when it comes to our entrepreneurial journey and who is actually influencing our business. Because there's always somebody influencing your business, even when you're not doing anything. There's somebody, there's something that's influencing your business, whether good, bad, happy, or sad, whatever. And so we're going to dive into that tonight. And before we get started, I'm going to have these ladies take a moment to introduce themselves to you. We're going to start first with Shoshana, then Keisha, and then Nina. Go ahead, Shoshana.
So hello again. I am Shoshana Cuevas, and I am your lifestyle designer. So what the heck is that? I really do have the privilege of helping to empower moms, and especially single moms, or as I say, solo moms, to unleash your why. We all have a purpose and a why, and some of us don't know what that is. And so we then sort of sleepwalk through life. We do things because we're expected to do them as opposed to wanting to do them.
That's
so
right.
I help you to unleash and uncover that why, to build and at times rebuild that self-esteem, and then create a sustainable, financially independent life. And the emphasis is on sustainable, and that's going to be different for each person. And I do that by giving you some tools and systems so that you can do that for yourself, and then really be bold and unapologetic in your life. And I love doing that.
I love that. I like that you said be bold and be, sustain that life. And that is so important. So Keisha, if you would like to hop off mute and just let everyone know who you are and what you do, love. Second. Can you hear us, Keisha?
Yes, I can. My internet was going in and out.
No worries. Go ahead, Mama.
Okay.
All right, Keisha, it seems like your connection is not working. Can you hear us, Keisha? Sometimes this technology acts funky.
And CEO of Get Your Money Honey movement. We do this all in our Rags to Riches VIP group. Join us today.
Awesome. So Keisha, can you do me one more favor, sis? We couldn't hear the beginning of your intro. We don't want people to miss anything. So if you could just say it one more time, love.
No. Okay, no problem.
Awesome. Go ahead.
My name is Keisha Chanfield. I am your financial wealth intentional strategist. I help women to become financially independent so you can leave a will and not a bill. And I am the founder and CEO of Get Your Money, and we VIP.
Love it. And don't you guys love the fact that she said leave a will and not a bill? I love that. That's very spunky. All right, Nina, go ahead, sis. Let everyone know who you are and what you do, Mama.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Nina. My goal is to encourage, inspire, and empower every individual that I come in contact with. My goal is success coach, and I'm sorry. I'm so busy where I'm at. But my goal is to encourage. I'm going to start over. My goal is to encourage, inspire, and empower every individual that I come in contact with. My name is Nina D., your goal success coach, accessory stylist, and the founder of Promises of Hope, Inc. I help others become empowered through setting clear, attainable goals. I also help them build confidence in themselves while showing them how to turn their gifts into an income.
Oh, I love that. Those of you who are watching live now, are you guys super pumped about listening to these ladies give you guys some bomb.com content? I know I'm excited too. So for those of you, this is your very, very first time watching me. I'm Letitia Campbell, and I'm your sales success strategist. I help you dominate your sales online so that you can magnetically attract customers and clients so you can sell more courses and products. I'm also the founder of the Sales Success Academy and head coach of the Sexy Brand Building Formula course. And what we're going to be talking to you guys about today is what is in your cup, right? What is in your cup? So the very, very first question that I have for these amazing ladies who you guys see before you who are on panel is, let me pull this up. I had it on my screen and it was somewhere else. Okay, good. Awesome. I see it. So question number 1, who is your entrepreneurial support system? Who is your entrepreneurial support system? So I'm going to go a little bit deep here because before we came on here, I shared with these ladies my what I'm doing right now in my business, which is very, very different from what I did years before, which is now I'm paying really close attention and being more active about doing my market research and really getting out there and seeing what other entrepreneurs are doing, those who are doing the same exact thing that I'm doing or similar to what I'm doing. And the reason why I do this is some people call, watching your competitors or seeing who's out there sort of having the sort of same style as you. The reason why I'm doing this because I always like to look at people and see like, what can I do differently? Right? I think the best way to know whether or not you're moving your brand or your business in the right direction is to actively know what are people are saying out there in your industry. I know I did a training the other day and I talked about the importance, the importance of getting out there and seeing where your brand fits, right? And if you have people out there in your particular industry doing the same exact thing that you're doing or similar, it's always good to check them out and say, you know what, I can do this different, or I can do that different. I could be a step ahead of this, and I can be a step ahead of that. I always tell people all the time, do not reinvent the wheel. Do not reinvent the wheel, because a lot of times we can come up with ideas, concepts, services, and products that people don't necessarily want, right? And you don't want to create something and feel like, oh my God, it's an ultimate failure because you haven't hit that bullseye. You haven't hit that mark. So that is some of the things that I do on a consistent basis, where I'm actively going out there and seeing what people are doing, whether they're doing live events, whether they're launching different things, and saying, listen, let me see how I could fill a need. Because a lot of times, and this is an actual statistic, that 60% of most people who go through coaching courses or purchase a product don't really actually get a result, right? Which is so surprising. Like, you spend all this money and you're not getting the result that you want. So after seeing that and knowing that, I have created inside my program a whole accountability software that guarantees that you're going to get a result. See, now if I had not went out there and actively went out there and see and actually experience what other people are doing in my industry, I wouldn't necessarily have that. I would have probably been launching something that people wouldn't probably care too much about, or launch something that people wouldn't have getting a result from. So I always tell people, it's great to go out there and see what your competitors are doing. You don't want to stalk them. What I mean by stalking them is, like, sometimes we look at our competitors and then we become envious of what they're doing. We become envious of their backgrounds. We become envious of the props. We become envious of how good of a quality their videos are. Like, you guys just saw my branding film. I have 4 branding films. And sometimes people are like, well, Letitia, I can't get out there because I don't have a branding film. Guys, I just got that with my branding film last year. I was building my business before I got all those branding films. So you guys don't have to worry so much about, getting all these things now. Start building now, seeing what's out there and how you can fill in the gaps and actually fulfill a need. So yes, Shoshana, what do you have to say about that, sis?
First, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Got kicked off, and then Zoom was being a little petty. So, or Facebook Messenger. I'm like, you know what? Not tonight. So, I think it's important. It's easy to really get caught up in the sizzle of stuff and to want to have what everyone else has, and to then compare yourself and say, well, I don't have X, I don't have Y. And sure, depending upon your particular niche or your service offering, you will need certain tools. But it's really important to, as I say, and I remind myself, you're not behind, you're not late, you're exactly where you need to be. Start where you are with what you have.
That's right.
And that collection of sentences, that it really has become more than a mantra. It is a position statement. You're not late. You have enough. Yep. It may not be what someone else has, but cut yourself some slack. Yep. And it's important that if you really believe that you need X and Y and Z, then that's a form of support that you need. So then go get it. So stop, really stop berating yourself for not having it, whatever it is, and then find someone who can provide it for you.
That's right.
You know, you're going to be good at a lot of things, but you're not going to be an expert at everything. So go find someone who can provide whatever it is that you need. Go get it, and then stop worrying about it.
Yeah, stop doing everything by yourself. And I'm glad you said that, Shoshana, because even earlier today, I know Keisha, you was on my live earlier this afternoon, where I talk about, you know, even investing in some assistance to help you with not so much the things that you hate to do, but the things that take up so much of your time. Because as an entrepreneur, you should always be doing things that allow you to reduce income. So I'm gonna give you an example. Me onboarding people, you know, in a group or, you know, inside different things, that's not an income producing activity. I can then get somebody else to do that for me. So that way I can do income producing activity. So you touched on an amazing point, Shoshana, about getting the help you need so that you can get out there and continue to do income producing activity. But listen, one thing that is so true, before you get any assistance, you need a coach. You need a coach to tell you to say, listen, this is the right time to invest in this, or maybe you should invest in that later. Because 90% of the time, when I get people who come to me, they always say, well, Letitia, I want to get a website. No, sis, you don't need a website right now. That money that you're thinking about putting towards your website, you could put it back in towards marketing your business or getting help, you know, or even building your list, which is your social real estate. A website is not really your social real estate, you know? And I'm like the Russell Brunson methodology, where websites cost you money, they don't make you money. But either way, what it's really all about is that if you don't have a coach, you don't really know what direction to go in or what to spend your money on and what not to spend your money on. And like I said, Shoshana, you hit it on the nail about getting that help. You know, you can't do it all by yourself. You need assistance. You not only need coaching and development, you need assistance to help you with the day-to-day operations in your business. So go ahead, Keisha. What do you have to say about that, Mama? I think Keisha froze. We are having some issues tonight, but it is okay. Go ahead, love.
Because my internet keep freezing and Zoom keep kicking me out, relogging me back in, and I'm like,
it is okay.
Whatever.
But we can hear you, Mama, so go ahead.
Okay, yeah, but that is so true about getting some assistance and some help, because I've been in business I've been an entrepreneur for 3 years, and I for the longest that I needed some help, but I knew that I had to be strategic about who I allowed to help me. And of course, I wanted someone that was successful and that knows what they're doing and not just, you know, robbing me of my money. And so when I found her, I was still a little hesitant and, you know, scared and everything. But I was like, you know what? I haven't seen the success that I want because I haven't gotten the help or, you know, put in the right direction. And so I'm so glad that I found you, Letitia, because you are my business coach and you are helping me. And I've accomplished so much 2-3 weeks than I've had in months. And there are so many people out here who charge an arm and a leg per month. And I don't really know program that type.
Yeah,
And they never mention a virtual assistant or, you know.
Yeah, you're going in and out, Keisha. Yeah, you're going in and out. All right. 1 second. Oh, so sorry, Keisha. Your connection is still going in.
Your money.
Yeah. So like,
can I just add something?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead, Shoshana.
You know, so I was thinking, you know, really, this question is, not just about, what support do you need. It's really about your own leadership, because we know that some of the best leaders in a corporate setting are the ones who build really strong teams.
Yes.
The CEO of a given company, they might be a really sharp person. So if you think about, Facebook, I think everybody's heard of that.
Yep.
And we know that the founder as being Mark Zuckerberg, brilliant guy, really, really sharp. And he knows a lot about lots of things, but he's not an expert in everything.
Nope.
So how has he built this behemoth organization, this movement? It's by creating a really strong team.
That's right.
So if he needed something, he found, he needed programming experts, even though he's a genius at it. He has built a really strong team of solid, top-notch programmers and coders, right? And so then when it comes to, a legal team, he has, the best of the best.
Yeah.
And so I think really as business owners, we probably should really think about taking a page from that playbook and saying,
right.
you know what? Yes, this is my business, but it's okay to surround myself with people who are smarter than me.
That's right.
That's how you really build a strong team. So you may have the vision and it's your leadership that propels your business forward, but it's okay that you are not a graphic designer. That is perfectly fine. You know why? Because there are exceptionally talented graphic designers out there whose purpose is to create beautiful, aesthetically pleasing work. And they're waiting for an opportunity to do that. And you just might be that opportunity.
That's right. And I totally agree. Yep.
It's more about, how we choose to lead. And that's really about, how do we feel about our own strengths?
Yeah.
And are we afraid to let go a little bit? It's your creation. I absolutely respect that. It's what we've all built or are building. And we're rightfully very possessive.
That's right.
And protective.
Yep.
But it's okay to relinquish some of that control and to then build a team of people that support you in your mission and in your vision. And you can only do that by letting go and saying, you know what, I'm gonna, when funds provide, when cash flow provides, when the workload provides, I'm really gonna hire the best that I can at that moment.
That's right.
And that's okay. That's a good thing. It's a good thing to not be the smartest person in the room.
It's great. And another thing is that we as women, we find it hard to make that investment to get help because nobody's going to help you the way you want them to help you unless you're willing to invest something in return. And it's only fair. I mean, I have done stuff with people where it was sort of like, oh, I'm going to do you this favor and I'm going to help your business out with that. But the turnaround time is slow. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that extra bit of enthusiasm and quality. Had they been getting paid, it would be a totally different person, a totally different thing. The turnaround time would be quicker and, you'd be more than often satisfied. So yes, in most cases, especially when it comes to my, graphic design and my funnels, I do spend a good amount of coin on it because I want it done the right way and I want it done fast. Shoshana would tell you, I want things done like right away. You know what I mean? Like I have a huge issue with waiting for things. So it's like you give me a deadline, and it didn't get there. I'm a little bit persistent. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta be that way. And it's only because I value my money. You know what I'm saying? More than I value your work, I do value my money too. I value my dollar. And it's just all about making that investment. And you touched on a good point too, Shoshana. And I even made a reference to Alex Sharfin. If you guys are not following him, make sure that you do. And on Instagram yesterday, he made a post about entrepreneurs need to set up checklists and processes. So when I read that post, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a process. Like Shoshana, she's one of the ladies on my team, especially a few of the other ladies who are probably watching here are on my team as well, my business team. And I'm like, I don't have no checklists or processes. Like, what I remember, Shoshana, last week we were in our meeting and you were like, okay, what is it that you want us to do? And I'm like, oh shoot, I never really, like I built the plane, right? And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really tell people how to get on it, how to put your seatbelt on. You know what I'm saying? So I just started doing that this morning. And Shoshana would tell you, I was just like, I got some more stuff to even show you guys. Let me write this down before I forget it. So again, you know, making checklists and processes is just so, so important. And, you know, like I was saying earlier today, and Keisha was on the live about have these things in place or get the help you need now or the assistance you need now before your business starts to pick up. Because I lost a lot of money. I'm telling you guys, yeah, I did. Like I even went live a couple of weeks back and I said, you know, I missed out on, what was it, Shoshana? $223,000 last year. Because I didn't do one thing. $223,000. You know, that's a lot of money. But I lost big. I'm you know, realizing that, and I fixed it and all that stuff. But as far as, you know, that's something that's common in business. Because if I had a system in place for that one thing, you know, it wouldn't have gotten left behind. But we get overwhelmed and then we dump this one thing. We're like, okay, I'm going really high ticket now. So let me just dump this one program, this one product, because I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm doing events, high ticket, stuff like that. But dang, that can be a couple of $100,000 that you're missing out on. And maybe if we had a system in place and had somebody or something take that over, so that way you can work on your other things and more, it'd be better. So it's just so important that we have those things, you know, in place and not intimidated that sometimes women don't want to have like a help and assistance because we think that people are going to, you know, hack our stuff. And let me tell you something. If you're building a business and you're online, somebody's going to hack your stuff. I mean, they're going to either try and sound like you. They're going to either try to do posts like you and do things like you. You need to be inspired that somebody is doing that. Nobody can really take they like somebody can hear me go live and they can just take one thing and miss all the other things. You know, because I'm very strategic in what I say. So they can take that one thing, but they don't have everything else to back that one thing up. And that's what's missing most times when people do that. And at the end of the day, it's something that comes up, it's something that happened, but nobody can duplicate you. So forget about if they take a concept or take a title idea or whatever, they're still not you. Like Shoshana would tell you, we would go live and do these summits, and then we'll see a whole nother group of girls, no names, go live and do the same thing, and they just did it all wrong, child. We was over there doing praying for them, like, oh, they just don't know. They don't get it that this more than just, I'm gonna get a group of girls and we're gonna do a show. You know what I'm saying? Like go ahead, Shoshana.
No, I was thinking about, you know, your point earlier about as long as you are out there in business, somebody will always, you know, copy something. And just think about how many doctors are there in this country.
That's right.
Right. So how many pediatricians, how many obstetricians, how many podiatrists, whatever. There are physicians, there are plumbers, there are, you know, cable installers. You can't say, well, you know, there's already, you know, an HVAC tech in my neighborhood, so I'm not going to. No, everyone does the same thing, just a little bit differently.
That's a little bit
different. And especially when it's a service, you know,
Yep.
we rightfully place emphasis on the service delivery portion. So how many of us have changed physicians because we felt more comfortable with a particular person?
Yeah, they could be.
Or how many of us have requested a particular teacher at our child's school because we just feel a little more affinity for that particular teaching style. A third grade teacher is teaching the same content in your state, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that someone else is doing what we do should never dissuade us from doing the thing, whatever that thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are really doing something that you're called to do, you're going to put your own spin or flavor. There is a measure of authenticity. So you can have, you know, 1,700 life coaches. You can have a gazillion, you know, fitness coaches, but everyone's going to come at it just a little bit differently. So, you know, similarity is okay. And what's that expression, that imitation is the best form of flattery? All right, fine. So, they're now posting like you. They're now using sort of your cadence in terms of speech. They're using, similar language. They might even be using some of the same graphics. If you're using, kind of public domain, let them, don't worry about them, because you're bringing something that they just don't have.
Yep. That's true. And you know what? You can't get so much, and just going back to what you were saying, Shoshana, we can't get so much intimidated or upset about if somebody hops on and just sort of like have a different flavor. If you're in the same industry, there is going to be some form of similarity. There's so many people out there doing branding. There's so many people out there doing sales. If McDonald's never looks across the street and see Burger King and say, oh, Burger King is copying us. They don't look down the street at Wendy's and say Wendy's is copying us, Checkers is copying us. All of them serve burgers. But they're all different and they're all unique. There's days out with McDonald's, there's days out with Wendy's. There's a difference between them. Same thing when it comes to banks, same thing, but different twists. So we as women got to get out of that terminology that what we have is just our own. Even what you're doing today, you was inspired by somebody to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like you didn't just wake up this morning and want to be a life coach. Wake up this morning and want to be a business coach. Wake up this morning and want to be a health coach. You was inspired by someone in that particular industry and you decided to put your own twist on it. Same exact thing I did. Being in the business industry, looking at other business coaches and say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do differently. So we always take I went live and talked about this the other day, is that we always think that we're the top gurus. Everybody's calling themselves a guru. In my opinion, none of us are gurus. You know what I'm saying? We all have a particular message, particular passion to do what we do every day. But to say that you're the one and only person who knows this, it's untrue. It's totally untrue, right? So that brings me to Nina. Nina, can you hear us, sis? I'm so sorry. Your camera's off, mama.
Yes, I can hear you. I'm sorry. I'm out and about. Yes, I'm
all right.
here.
It is all right. It's great to be on location. So what is your perspective on
you're going to see a white car on your left-hand side.
I'm sorry.
It is okay. So what is your perspective, sis? What is your entrepreneurial support system?
So I would have to say my entrepreneur support system, I would actually say is my fiance, my close friends who I consider family, and also my children.
Yeah. Nina, your camera's not on, sis. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So much.
Hello. Go ahead, mama.
Can you guys see me now?
Yep, we can see you.
Okay. I'm sorry. So I'm going to start over. My entrepreneur support system, I would have to say, is my fiance, my close friends, who is actually family, and my children.
That's amazing. Yeah, and it's a blessing to have people who are close to you, who are fluid in your business, because most of us don't have that. So that is great that you do have that, Nina, and now you're stepping into building your online business community, which is super amazing. So how excited you are about that?
I'm really excited because I actually received the support that I actually need. And my fiance, I have to say that he pushes me, very hard to become, an entrepreneur, to go after my goals, to go after my dreams. And I do the same for him, I must be honest. We have a thing in our household where I say we're an entrepreneur household. So I try to find my gifts and talents within each and every individual who's in my household, my children, my fiance, my godson, and I push them to be, entrepreneurs. So I consider us an entrepreneur household.
That's great. And girl, invite us to the wedding, honey. Let me know when it is so I get my dress. Let us know. Yeah, that's so important. I was looking at a couple the other day. Y'all know this guy named Gucci? I mean, I don't know. I don't listen to his music and nothing. But anyway, and how, he just got married and stuff. And that's such a power couple. you know, that they both have businesses, they both support each other, and it's such a beautiful thing. And I know that once families come together and want to start to build a legacy, it's something that's just going to last to generations, right? So that brings me to my next question. And thank you for everyone who's watching us. And if you're watching this, whether it be on my YouTube channel, podcast, or premiere video on my business page, I encourage you guys to share this out. So my second question for the ladies is, how do you support other entrepreneurs? So one of the things that I've been doing a lot, and you guys have seen me on social media, how I'm posting, I'm about to do a 3-day virtual conference coming up from February 28th to March 2nd. If you haven't already registered, head on over to bit.ly / Success Conference 19, bit.ly / Success Conference 19. Shoshana is actually going to be one of the speakers, and Keisha is actually a sponsor of this event. So that's amazing. And if those of you who want to know more how to be a sponsor, just inbox me on Facebook and I'll give you the information. But anywho, one of the things that I'm doing to support other entrepreneurs is to offer opportunities. Right? I'm one of the people who is not intimidated, afraid, or scared of working with other women. I'm really not. And it's not so much of a large amount of confidence in myself. I believe there's power in numbers, and just showing up live every day by yourself. It's like, why not you share your platform with somebody? They share your platform with you with integrity, because Amy Shoshana would tell you, I had some shady stuff happen to me just in the past, 3 months or whatever. But it's just, partnerships with integrity. So that's one of the things that I have done to help other entrepreneurs, because it's like you help them in this reciprocated. I believe that that's a powerful thing. That's a new trend now for 2019, even though, Sean and I have been doing this longer than that, but it is powerful. And the more consistent people see what you're doing when you're doing partnerships with other women is phenomenal. Like Shoshana and I, we were sitting back and we were brainstorming about what is the next level of this actual summit that you guys are watching, and we're rebranding it. The second quarter, y'all better stay tuned and keep watching, because we are rebranding it. We're taking it back to a little bit of old school, new school, juju fufu up, and it's gonna be super duper awesome. So make sure that you guys stay tuned for that. Go ahead, Shoshana.
There we go. Now I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna be tight-lipped, but there's a lot of really good stuff. So I want everybody to stay tuned, because it's very, very exciting. But to go back to your question, so we seek support from others. But then I think for me, how I really try to help other entrepreneurs, depending upon what it is that they are offering. I'm not going to purchase every product. I don't have a need for lots of things, but I can at least learn more about your business. So I really do try to focus on, that gift of time. Tell me about your business. What is it that you do? What are you offering? And then refer people. I love the feeling of being able to put people together. So the other day, someone in my circle asked about, does anybody know anybody who can do some T-shirts with some graphics and stuff? And so I referred someone else in my circle. We're not talking about commission. It's not affiliate money. It's not about, inserting myself into the equation. It's, here's one business owner who had a need. This person put that need out there. I knew someone who I believe could fill that need, and I simply put them together. And that's kind of fun to watch, because one, it's nice to do, but also hopefully these two will actually, build a business relationship. And that's actually a lot of fun. And then, there's some collaborations when it's appropriate, but there's also just being honest. We like to sell a package of sizzle. We love to sell the image of all kinds of things. So I'm sure that you've seen lifestyle posts about, well manicured toes at the beach and the laptop here. And and that's great. And you have an opportunity to do that. But if somebody asks me, how is this? I'm going to be very honest and say some days are phenomenal and other days, not so much. And I think for me, just really being honest, not in a discouraging way, but in a way that your eyes are wide open. I want you to be better prepared than maybe I was, so that you don't get discouraged when you come across this particular instance. So it's probably a roundabout way of saying, lots of different ways to support entrepreneurs,
That's
to support
right.
people in my circle. It's really about what do they need? And the only way I know what they need is to listen and to ask, tell me about your business.
That's true.
Cold messaging is never going to go away. I just want to say that. And for some people, it works really well. Not so much. But if you show up in my inbox with a, hey, hi, how are you? I'm going to say, great, how are you?
That's right.
Right. If you show up in my inbox for the sole purpose of showing me everything that you're offering, I'm probably going to say, that's nice, and step away from the conversation.
That's right.
Because I would much prefer to get to know you a little bit more. I'm not asking for your social security number. I don't want to know.
Nope.
I don't want to know your blood type. I probably don't even want to know your birthday. I'm just being honest, right? How is it that I can help you? Because there's a reason you showed up in my inbox. So
Right.
I just want to put that out there. Cold messaging will never go away.
Never.
There is a time and place for that. There really is. But the purpose of cold messaging is to get a lead.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lead, then you have to work
That's right.
at converting that lead into a prospect.
That's right.
And then you have to continue to work to convert that prospect into a sale.
That's right.
I'm just going to
I hope
leave
I wrote
that
that
there.
down. That's nuggets right there. And
I'm just going to leave it there.
yes, I mean that Shoshana just put a nugget down there. So I hope y'all are gonna leverage that. So even like piggyback off what you said, Shoshana, about the real life experience and journey of an entrepreneur. And one of the things that we always make sure to do is not perceive this as that laptop lifestyle, because I don't really believe there is a such thing as that. Shoshana knows I flood her inbox with venting screenshots of the silliness messages I get from people, and sometimes I'd be like, why the hell am I doing this? But it is what it is. It's not easy. Dealing with people is not easy. People don't always think like how you think, or even have a sense of finding things on their own, which is something that it's never going to get rid of. You're going to have situations where you have to be like, why did she ask me that, or why did she send me that? I posted this here, and people just I just listen. It's a lot. But you guys, one of the most rewarding things is that I got the same thing when I was working at a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that never is going to go away. Common sense is not always common, but it is what it is. So more importantly, there is an appropriate, going back to messaging, right, as Shoshana was mentioning, there is an appropriate time and place to message people. And this is something that we go over inside of our membership club. And those of you who would like to join, the link is bit.ly/success club 19. But there's an appropriate time to send people messages. And even with that, you have to have a permission to it's almost like email subscription, how you can't I can't email somebody without them signing up or joining my funnel or my email list. And it's sort of the same thing with social media. We had the same issue just yesterday. So that's why when Shoshana's laughing, because this is something that just happened recently, where a young lady inboxed all of us, most of us, her pictures of her products. And it was quite interesting, the comments and she even went on to going on our pages and posting like craziness. But it just goes. Go ahead, Shoshana.
No, and I will say, certainly that was an unfortunate experience.
Yes,
I'll be very nice.
Very common, but unfortunate.
but it is, and so yeah. I will probably once a quarter just sort of reach my limit on, Lord have mercy. Yeah. Do we need to have social media etiquette 1.1?
I think we need to do another live.
Because I did again, in my car, I did a live really talking about basic social media etiquette, and that my friends list, my friends are not an ATM for you.
Nope.
They are not. So, again, for me to refer someone means that I have to have a level of trust with the person whom I'm referring to and with the person that I'm referring.
Absolutely.
Right? Because all I have is my word.
That's it.
So if I refer, a person who does not keep their word, I believe that's a reflection on me.
Absolutely.
So if you want me to share your message with my circle, and your circle doesn't have to be 5,000, 10,000. It can be a circle of one or two.
Yeah.
But that's two more sets of eyes. That's four eyeballs that you didn't have before. So if you want me to share you with my people, I need to feel comfortable with you. And the only way to do that is for us to sort of get to know one another. So again, I'm not asking for your social security number, your blood type, your birthday. I don't care. I just want to know a little bit more about, tell me about your business.
Exactly.
How'd you get started? How long have you been doing it? Why do you do it?
Why? Don't send me a link. And this one lady, she keeps sending me a link, and I'm just messing with her for entertainment purposes, for amusement purposes mostly. But she keeps sending me a link, and I keep giving her a question mark. And the next day, she sent me another link. I give her another question mark. It's like, and then I asked her today, I said, why? I said, what is this for? She's like, oh, I have an event coming up. I'm like, girl, I don't know you. You want me to travel all the way to Louisiana?
Mm-hmm.
That's where she lives. I don't want to go to Louisiana. No shade to those people. But it was in Vegas, California, Orlando.
And I got an inbox from someone that I don't know. I don't know how this person found me, but nonetheless, this person found me, and it was a cold message. But you know what? It was a very nicely worded message. It was, would you be interested?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a couple minutes? Mm-hmm. Can I send you a short video? Yeah. And I thought, you know what? Sure.
Yep.
I'm open to that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It wasn't 17 pictures of this, and it wasn't, sign up, and it wasn't an immediate add to a group. And I know this is probably a little off of the topic tonight, but I think, on the issue of support, we get support in lots of different ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not all of it is monetary. And I really don't believe that monetary support is the number one way. Because time is so precious. Time is so, so precious. So if someone can spare a few minutes of time to, offer some constructive criticism or to listen to something, I think that's a much more powerful way to offer support. But this person, however they found me, they asked if I'd be interested. I said, sure, I'll watch. It really was a 2-minute and 4-second video. So that person honored their word. It wasn't a 37-minute video with, slides and whatnot. And, at the end of it, I said, thank you. I'm not interested but I do appreciate, you're considering me. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But at least I know that this person at least kept their word when they said a short 2-minute video. 2 minutes, 4 seconds, that's okay. That really is okay.
It's true. And, our community is so tight that we sort of always know, who's out there just doing those cold messages. And, you got to look at, it's so surprising to me how I see so many people do the same thing and it's not working. And they don't sit back and think, well, maybe I should do something else. Because this should not be this hard. And you got to ask yourself that question. And because what I get a lot of times, people are like, well, it takes time. I'm going to keep doing it. And maybe after a year or so, me doing that same thing, inboxing 50 people a day, maybe I'm going to hit it big. And it's like you're just playing a lotto at that point. So you have like a less than 1% chance of success, basically no success, right? So, Keisha, what is your perspective and what are you doing as far as to help other entrepreneurs, sis?
Well, I always support fellow entrepreneurs. I, like their content, and I watch their Facebook lives and I comment. and I share, their posts and everything like that. So I'm here for it to encourage. Not really. I encourage other people, to do their best, and I support people too, by making a purchase in their business. So yeah, I'm here to help encourage and uplift fellow entrepreneurs and help them out, because I know what they're going through, and that it's tough, and it's not always a good day, and everything isn't always rosy,
Hmm.
and you know they need support too.
That's right. That's right. And that's good. And one of the biggest things is that, I was thinking the other day because I'm about to travel soon again, and I was like, you know what? I need this, this, and that. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to make a post on social media and say the first person that can offer me this particular product that I need to travel, I'm going to go to their website and I'm going to buy. Because normally my answer to that, if I need something, I'm going to Amazon. But like, no, there got to be somebody on my friends list that has this that I can support their business and pay it forward. So that's very important, Keisha, a point that you touched on. So yeah, Nita, what do you have to say about that, Mom?
Okay, so a way that I support entrepreneurs is by I recommend them if they're doing something that I think is very extraordinary,
Mm-hmm.
um, or if they just, sometimes when people are starting out, I try to help them by spreading the word. I tag them in posts. I share their content, just word of mouth sometimes, and just even inboxing them and just saying, you're dope, good job, continue on. So that's basically how I support, entrepreneurs, because, being one myself, I know some small things. Sometimes it's not always about monetary. It's, sometimes it just be a word of an encouragement to help them go forth and go on. So that's how I support them.
That is amazing because there's a underlying word or a secret word they call it reciprocity. A lot of times, or most of the times, women who follow me and do partnerships with me because I go to their live or I go to their page and I engage in their content as well. So and you're so right, Nina. It doesn't have to always lead to money, or I can't work with this person because she's going to charge me and what have you. And yes, I do throw out a fee from time to time. Like the other day, Shoshana and Keisha, you saw I put in our group. This person on Instagram reached out to me. He's like, "Oh, we could put you on our page. We have over 20,000 followers." I said, "Good." I charge $297 to be featured on somebody's page, and they didn't say anything to me. See, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like terms like that. Yes, I would require a fee. I don't know you. You're not in my community, and you're
Right.
not going to benefit from my work. So yeah, I'm it's worth it for me to charge that amount. And I do that to just, wean out the people who are not serious. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if somebody like Gary Vee or Oprah reach out to me and whatever, and they give me a price, hell yeah. I know that I'm going to have to pay for that. I mean, that's a given, I'm going to pay.
Right.
But you ain't just going to inbox me and be like, oh, we got this much followers, show up on our platform, be featured. No, I'll send you an invoice and I will show up. But then when
Right.
it comes to my community or other women out there that I see like killing it and crushing it, they may not have a huge following. I'm more than happy to just hop on. And I did a live with a young lady. She's in the salon industry. And it was an awesome live. And I did that for free. I don't mind doing stuff like that, especially for us, women of African American descent. It's like we need to start supporting each other. I mean, we're buying over $2 trillion worth of business services a year anyway. Why not put our money back into our community so it can grow as a whole? So yes, you touched on an amazing point. So listen, guys, those of you who are watching, throughout all the technical difficulties and issues, we made it. We made it. Not how we wanted to be, but we made it on here to give you guys this content. If you have gotten any value from this, definitely share this out. Tag someone, and get them involved into this conversation because we would love to hear from you as it pertains to what's in your cup, right? So before we hop off, I want to have the ladies introduce themselves to you and let you guys know where you can find them on social media. So go ahead, Shoshana.
So this was so awesome. This was
Yes.
so awesome. And I want to thank Keisha and Nina and Letitia for your time tonight. It was amazing. I learned so much from all of you. So thank you very, very much. I want to say a special thank you to Letitia because
Welcome.
social media real estate is priceless. Let's just be really clear about that. It is priceless. And you've chosen to share some of that space with us tonight, and I'm very, very grateful for that. So thank you very, very much. And to all of you out there listening and watching, I so appreciate your time because you have choices and you chose to spend a little bit of time with us tonight. So thank you very, very much. If you did not catch me in the beginning, hello, I'm Shoshana Cuevas and I'm your lifestyle designer. I have the privilege, and it really is my privilege, of helping moms, especially solo moms, to uncover and unleash that why and create a life that is bold, that is unapologetic, but more importantly, that is sustainable and it's financially independent, because we spend a lot of time doing what other people expect of us.
Oh, yes.
We're told all the time all the things that we can't do, but rarely does anyone ever ask, what do you want?
That's right.
Who are you? And so I love being able to step into that space and to help you with tools and systems so that you can uncover it, rebuild your self-esteem, and then create that life that you really deserve. So love doing that. You can find me on Instagram at Your Lifestyle Designer. You can also connect with me on Facebook. My business page is called Global Lifestyle Design. And my group, we have a few questions, but my group is Lifestyle Designers. And so come on in. Just a few questions. We pre-qualify everybody.
That's right.
Because really, it's a safe space.
That's right.
What happens in there stays in there. So I'm very, very protective of that space. So come on down. We'll get you squared away, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Awesome. Yes, we gotta really, guard our territory, follow through the right people inside of our communities. That's so important. So yeah, whenever you join any of our groups, there are always these questions that pop up. So make sure that if you do decide to join, you should reach out to everyone who's on this panel, but definitely don't forget to answer those questions. Yes. All right, Keisha, go ahead, sis.
Hi, in case you missed my intro while I was breaking up because internet issues. My name is Keisha Chaneyfield. I am your financial wealth intentional strategist. I help women become financially independent so they can leave a will and not a bill. And I am the founder and CEO of Get Your Money Honey movement. And we do this all in our Rag to Riches VIP group. And you can connect with me on Facebook under Keisha Chaneyfield. You can also connect with me on my business page, Keisha Chaneyfield Inc. And I'm also on Instagram under Keisha Chaneyfield. Thank you.
Yes. All right, Keisha. Go ahead, Miss Nina.
Hi, everyone. First of all, Letitia, I would like to thank you for this platform and for this opportunity. I would like to also thank the other ladies who were just awesome.
Yes.
And like I said, I was at an event where my uncle and my cousin was being honored for being awesome dads in our community.
Oh, that's amazing.
A little bit on the go, and I apologize for that. But like I first stated, my goal is to encourage, inspire, and empower every individual that I come in contact with. My name is Nina D, your goal success coach, accessory stylist, and the founder of Promises of Hope, Inc.
Tell it.
I help others become empowered through setting clear, attainable goals. I also help them build confidence in themselves while showing them how to turn their gifts into income.
Ooh, love it.
On Facebook. Right now, I'm building my page, but you can follow me under Nina Doster and also Promises of Hope, Inc.
Love it, love it. You girl, you a woman of many hats, and we love that. So guys, listen, before we hop off, I want to show you guys our teaser film for our upcoming event in Orlando, Florida. It's going to be from, I think, September 25th through October. I think I gave you the dates before, Shoshana, but it's going to be off the chain, off the hook. So I will give you guys more information on the details of that. But in the meantime, I want to give you guys a glimpse of what's in store if you're ready to dominate. Let's go. Yes, I look skinte, honey, in that film. Skinte. They wasn't ready, honey. They didn't catch no pool shots of me good. You know what I'm saying? They didn't catch no pool shots. But yes, everyone, thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of the Success Summit. We also have a Success Conference coming up from February 28th to March 2nd. So please make sure that you register to attend, because that will be a private event. It won't be broadcast anywhere on social media. By going to bit.ly/Success Conference 19, you'll become fully registered to attend that event. So as always, guys, don't forget, get out there and dominate, because it's time to design a life that you deserve. Love you guys. Thank you guys for having on. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.